What was it? The question?
Like, how have you seen the use of sampling change over time, essentially?
I don't think it really changed. I think it's like by like at the time when I first discovered sampling, I didn't know about chopping samples. I guess that's the only thing that kind of like I guess moved on to another level of sampling and just chop samples and trying to create a new melody out of it. Like like Dilla does it, on Donuts. Like how he did Airworks. Like I don't know how he flipped that. But at the same time, like the way I guess sample stuff. Sometimes it can be challenging. Like I would love to like take off the vocals, so I guess to EQ some stuff a lot so that I won't hear vocals anymore. And it's like a science around the stereo type of sounds. Like when you come, I don't know. It's a weird way to explain that. When you like play with the stereo and the left and the right, sometimes you get to hear the background of the music. I don't know, like example, like, Wanna Be Starting Something. When I was young, I discovered that with my brother. Like, we had broken headphones and we were just playing like Thriller off the CD player, like the CD Walkman. And you could, just because the headphones were kind of broken, you could only hear like the shakes and like the bass line and just the background vocals of it, like yeah, yeah. You just hear like you don't get to hear the vocals, like the main vocals. So it's a weird sign sometimes, like the stereo thing. But that's what I discovered, and that's how I sample my stuff as well. Sometimes, I guess it's like not everybody knows that, but it's a weird way to explain it. I wish I could show you, but it's gonna take me a while. But yeah.
Well, I can show it. And let me tell you, figuring out this sampling technique sort of changed my life as a producer. Hi everybody, I'm Nerox. You can call me Louis, Lou, Luis.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain.
I am the producer owner of this channel, and I can't explain to you how excited I was when I first heard this interview. I like to listen to some music podcasts while I play piano. And right now I'm really into future funk and sampling based R&B. So naturally, I was listening to a Kaytranada podcast. When I first got to this section of the interview I just shared with y'all, I was freaking out. And if you're a subscriber to this channel, you know why. The technique Kaytranada mentioned has been explained on this channel multiple times. And seeing someone established in the industry explaining it gave me all the validation I never knew I needed it. I figured this technique out studying other producers, but I never saw someone explicitly saying the technique was used by them. Okay, so what Kaytranada is talking about is something I think every producer should add to their sampling routine. You know that routine where you grab a sample, you put it on your DAW, you pitch it up to see how it sounds, pitch it down to see how it sounds, slow it up, slow it down, reverse it. You know, the usual stuff you do with the sample. Now I think you should also be messing with the stereo space of the sample to see how that works. This is why you do it and how you do it. Like Kaytranada said, depending on how the sample was recorded, mixed, and mastered, you can remove a guitar sound from a sample or isolate a percussion element without using any EQs or filters. Here's an example from one of my sample breakdowns where I show Kanye West removing a guitar section, a guitar part of one of the samples that he was using for a common song. For this technique, I believe the older the sample, the more likely it is for this to work. I don't think they knew how to pan that well back in the day, or they were limited by their equipment, but that's why you have so many remastered versions of classical albums from like the Beatles or the Who or stuff like that. Now, how you do it. To demonstrate this effect, I'll be using the track O Bela Venhela from Jorge Ben. In the track, the violins are hard pan right, so if I want to remove them from the track in case I want to sample this track, but for some reason I don't want these amazing violins, and I just want the guitar and percussion, I can remove the violin by hard panning the sample left, then making it stereo. Then, because you don't really want to work with a completely stereo track, you can make it mono again by using a plugin or by sending to another mixer track and making it mono there. And this works both ways. You can isolate an element that is hard pan left by sending it to the right. And in this case, if you want to emphasize the violins on the right, you can do the same effect, just hard pan it right, then make it stereo. Another example that I have explained before in this channel is Stardust Music Sounds Better With You, and breaking down this track was how I discovered this technique. Studying the track, I discovered that I didn't quite hear I think it was the guitar sound from the sample on the beat. And I was like, is there another section of the song that he's using? But no, I just couldn't hear it. And I figured out why I couldn't hear it. And it literally changed my life as a producer. So I noticed that something was wrong because I couldn't pen it properly. Hard penning left would sound okay, but hard penning right, I wouldn't be able to hear anything on my interface. So I went to the Candy Beats Discord, great Discord by the way, second biggest in music. So if you have any questions about music, I highly recommend them. Or any subreddit like making hip hop and stuff like that. Those people, there you definitely find people that can help you. On the Candy Beats Discord, I found, shout out to the guy, I'm gonna try to put his stuff in the comment section. He works at Focusrite, so he was able to get me help within like less than 24 hours. This was the issue. I don't know if you can see it, but it has like one black line right here. With just one black line, it wouldn't make the sound completely stereo. It was like half stereo, but not completely mono. So that's why I didn't notice yet. It was like 1.5, or it was like half stereo. It's complicated. Now he told me that I needed the classic golden adapter for my interface, and you can see it has 2 black lines. Now I was using my interface for about 6 months at this point, so there's like 6 months of production that I was doing where I was mixing and my stereo space was messed up. That was really crazy to me because when I fixed my adapter, the sound just, the interface, I could definitely see what an interface makes to your monitor headset. It makes it so much better. So yeah, like Kaytranada discovered this effect with an accident of having broken headphones and listened to Michael Jackson. I figured out breaking down sample tracks, and that's kind of the other thing you should do, like just study shit, break down shit, be curious, you know? So yeah, that kind of concludes the video. I was just very happy about the fact that Kaytranada validated a technique that I discovered over a year ago. So things to come. 1, the low-end theory video is coming. It's gonna be like the ultimate sampling video, and I wish I had something like that when I was first starting. It would definitely have saved me countless hours. And I know it's a Kaytranada video, so I'm just gonna put it here. Please, dude, just like finish and post this track. Thank you.
Playing in the dark, still wondering why your body's